Chosen one. Stop before you scroll. Before you distract yourself. Before you convince yourself this is just another video, because what just happened was not random. Out of millions of voices, millions of messages, millions of distractions, this is what your eyes landed on. And something inside you reacted. Not your logic, not your curiosity, your spirit. There was a pull. A quiet whisper that said, listen. Chosen one, I need you to hear me. Because you have been carrying a wound that doesn't bleed. A loss that doesn't show up on any scan. A grief that people around you don't even know exists. You've lost people. You've lost love. You've lost opportunities. You've lost versions of yourself that you can never get back. And every single time, right when you thought, okay, this is it, this is my people, this is my home, this is my peace, it got ripped away. Like the universe had a personal vendetta against your happiness. And the worst part, you started believing it. You started thinking, maybe I'm the common denominator. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I love too hard. Maybe I care too much. Maybe I'm not built for keeping things. Maybe I'm cursed. Maybe some people are just meant to lose everything they touch. So, I need you to stop that thought right now. Because that thought is not yours. That thought was planted by exhaustion, by repeated loss, by a spirit that has been under attack so long it started believing the lie. And the lie is this, that you deserve to lose, that happiness was never meant for you, that every good thing in your life is just a setup for a bigger fall. That is the oldest trick in the book. And you almost fell for it. Let me tell you what's actually happening. Because once you understand this, you will never look at your losses the same way again. Everything you love keeps getting taken from you because you love the right things. Not the wrong things. The right things. You love deeply. You love fiercely. You love with your whole chest. And that kind of love, the kind that doesn't calculate, doesn't strategize, doesn't hold back, that kind of love is rare. Dangerously rare. And in a world full of surface-level connections, transactional relationships, and love that comes with conditions, your love is a threat. Not to people. To the kingdom that operates on fear, control, and temporary attachment. Because your love exposes what their love is not. Your loyalty makes their betrayal obvious. Your depth makes their shallowness unbearable. Your realness makes their performance look pathetic. And they cannot allow that. Because if everyone loved like you, the entire system of manipulation, control, and emotional slavery would collapse overnight. So what do? They don't attack your love directly. That would be too obvious. Instead, they take what you love, person by person, thing by thing, dream by dream, slowly, strategically, making you wonder if you're the one who's broken, making you believe that maybe you push people away, maybe you love too intensely, maybe you expect too much, maybe you're too much. You're not too much. You were targeted. And there's a difference. Think about it. When did it start? Was there a season in your life where things were good? Really good. You had people who loved you. You had peace. You had direction. You had something that felt like home. And then, almost overnight, it started falling apart. Not gradually. Not naturally. It was ripped. Stolen. Taken. Like someone reached into your life and pulled the threads one by one until everything unraveled. That wasn't life. That was warfare. And you were the battlefield. Chosen one, you have been carrying more than you admit. You've been strong for everyone else while your own world was collapsing. You held people together while no one held you. You gave love to people who couldn't even give you a text back. You stayed loyal to people who were already planning their exit. You forgave people who never even asked for forgiveness because you thought that's what love does. And every time you lost someone, you didn't just lose them. You lost a piece of your belief that people could be trusted. You lost a piece of your ability to love freely. You lost a piece of your peace. And nobody saw that. Because you were too busy being strong. Too busy being the one everyone leans on. Too busy making sure everyone else is okay while you're falling apart in the bathroom with the water running so no one hears you cry. God saw. He saw every tear you swallowed. Every time you whispered, "Why does this keep happening to me?" Every time you almost gave up on love entirely. Every time you built walls so high you forgot there was a door. He saw it all. And he didn't look away. He leaned in. Because he knew something you didn't. That every loss was a rescue. Every goodbye was a redirection. Every empty chair at your table was making space for someone who actually deserves to sit there. You think you lost everything. You didn't. You lost what was never yours to keep. You lost the rehearsals. You lost the practice rounds. You lost the people who were teaching you what you don't want so that when the real thing comes, you'll know exactly what it feels like. You lost the jobs that were caging you so the right door could open. You lost the relationships that were draining you so the one that heals you could find you. You lost the version of yourself that was surviving so the version that thrives could finally breathe. This is not punishment. This is positioning. And positioning hurts. Because it looks like loss. It feels like abandonment. It sounds like the universe saying you're not worthy. But it's actually heaven saying you're too valuable to leave in the wrong place. Let me take you deeper. Because this is where most people stop listening and you're not most people. You have a gift that most people don't have. You feel everything. Not just your pain. Other people's pain. You walk into a room and you absorb the energy like a sponge. You can feel when someone is hurting even when they're laughing. You can sense when a relationship is dying before anyone says a word. You knew when your friend was falling apart even when they said "I'm fine." You knew when your parent was lying even when they swore they weren't. You knew when someone you loved was already checking out even when they were still physically there. That's not sensitivity. That's not being emotional. That's spiritual perception. And it's one of the most expensive gifts you can carry. Because when you feel everything, you lose everything twice. Once when it happens to you. And once when you feel it happening to someone you love and you can't stop it. You've been standing in the gap for people you love. Praying for them. Worrying about them. Carrying their burdens. Sensing their danger. And many times you felt it coming. You felt the betrayal before it happened. You felt the distance before they pulled away. You felt the end before it arrived. And you tried to warn them. You tried to hold on. You tried to love harder, fix more, be enough. And it still didn't work. Because some battles are not yours to fight. Some people are not yours to save. Some losses are not yours to prevent. And the fact that you tried, the fact that you bled for people who didn't bleed for you, that's not weakness. That's the most powerful kind of love that exists. The kind that doesn't give up even when it should. The kind that stays even when leaving would be smarter. The kind that forgives even when forgiveness isn't earned. But here's what you need to understand now. That season is closing. Not because you stopped caring. But because heaven is done using your heart as a training ground. You've learned the lesson. You've proven your loyalty. You've shown that your love is real, not performative. And now, God is about to do something with that love that will shock you. He's about to give it back to you. Multiplied. Not the same people. Not the same situations. Not the same version of love you've been settling for. New love. Love that stays. Love that chooses you first. Love that doesn't make you beg. Love that doesn't disappear when things get hard. Love that looks at you and says, "I'm not going anywhere." That love is coming. And it's coming because you finally stopped chasing the wrong kind. But first, let me tell you what's going to happen in this next season. Because you need to be ready. Number 1. The pattern breaks. Right now. Not next month. Not next year. The cycle of losing everything you love, it stops. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Your discernment sharpens. Your boundaries harden. Your spirit matures. And the enemy looks at you and realizes the old tactics don't work anymore. You don't chase. You don't beg. You don't shrink. You don't apologize for loving. And that makes you untouchable. Number 2. You start attracting the right people. Not the ones who drain you. Not the ones who leave. The ones who stay. The ones who match your energy. The ones who see your depth and don't run. The ones who love your intensity instead of resenting it. These people exist. They've been waiting for you to stop settling. And now that you're rising, they're rising too. You'll meet them in places you never expected. Through conversations you almost skipped. Through doors you almost didn't open. Number 3. Real peace. Not the kind that comes when everything is perfect. The kind that comes when you finally trust that even if everything falls apart again, you'll be okay. Because you've survived every worst-case scenario life threw at you. And you're still here. Still breathing. Still believing. Still loving. That's not luck. That's covering. That's God saying, I've got you. Even when it looks like I don't. Number 4. Your purpose becomes undeniable. Every loss you endured was stripping away everything that wasn't you. Every person who left was removing a distraction. Every dream that died was making room for the one that actually matters. And now, with all the noise gone, all the clutter cleared, all the fake connections removed, what's left is you. The real you. The one heaven designed. And that person has a mission that cannot be stopped. Number 5. And this is the one that's going to make you cry. The people you lost, some of them, God is going to restore. Not all. Not the ones who were never meant to stay. But the ones who left because of timing, because of confusion, because of their own brokenness. Some of those people are going to come back. Humbled. Ready. And when they do, you won't hold a grudge. You'll hold the door open. Because that's who you are. That's the love that lives in you. The love that doesn't quit. The love that forgives. The love that remembers. But here's the part that's going to change everything. You have to stop mourning what was never yours to keep. You have to stop treating every loss like a verdict on your worth. You have to stop believing that because people left, you're unlovable. Because that belief, that lie, it's the only thing the enemy has left to control you with. He took your people. He took your peace. He took your stability. And now he's trying to take your identity. He's whispering, see, you always lose. You always end up alone. You always love people who don't love you back. You're built for loss. That's not true. You were built for legacy. You were built for impact. You were built to love in a way that changes generations. And every person who left you was either a lesson or a launchpad. Nothing more. Nothing less. Chosen one, I need you to feel this. Not just hear it. Feel it. In your chest. In your stomach. In that place where you've been storing all the grief, all the disappointment, all the silent screams. Let it go. Not because it didn't matter, but because it served its purpose. It made you who you are. And who you are right now in this moment is someone the enemy cannot defeat. You are not cursed. You are covered. You are not abandoned. You are positioned. You are not unlovable. You are loved so fiercely by heaven that hell had to clear the path before it could deliver what's yours. Every tear you cried over someone who left watered a seed that's about to bloom. Every night you spent alone built a strength that's about to carry you through your greatest season. Every time you thought you couldn't love again, you were actually being prepared for the love that will make all the past pain look like a setup. This is your turning point. Not because life is suddenly going to be easy, but because you are suddenly going to be unbreakable. And when you're unbreakable, loss doesn't destroy you. It redirects you. And redirection is not rejection. It's destiny. So here's what I need from you. Right now. Today. Not tomorrow. Type, I refuse to lose in the comments. Not because it's magic, but because you need to declare it out loud, in writing. Let the enemy hear you. Let heaven hear you. Let your own heart hear you. You refuse to lose. Not because you're controlling the outcome, but because you're done believing the lie that you deserve to. Share this video right now with someone who's been losing everything. Someone who's sitting in their car crying after another goodbye. Someone who's about to give up on love, on people, on God even. Send it to them, because they need to hear that their losses are not the end. They're the setup for the greatest comeback of their life. And subscribe. Turn on the bell. Because the next video I'm going to tell you why the person who hurt you the most was actually the one who pushed you into your destiny. And you do not want to miss that. Chosen one. Everything you loved that was taken from you, it wasn't stolen. It was harvested. And the harvest is about to feed you in ways you've never imagined. You lost the seed, but God kept the harvest. Stop grieving what's gone. Start receiving what's coming. You were never unlucky. You were always chosen. And chosen ones don't stay down. They rise. They rebuild. They love again. Harder. Deeper. Wiser. And this time, nothing, not betrayal, not distance, not death, not the enemy himself, will take it from you. Because this time, you're not just loving. You're aligned. And aligned love doesn't lose. It conquers. Welcome home, chosen one. Your season of loss is over. Your season of legacy has begun. Fire.